Now, we wash our hands now probably more than ever, and we wash our clothes and dishes too. What about washing what we eat?
In the midst of last year's lockdown, we were told to wash our fruit and veggies well. But do we really need to?
We're forever being encouraged to eat more fruit and veg. Sometimes it feels like reaching the optimal 5+ a day is a chore. No wonder takeaways are so appealing. They're so easy. And after a hard day's graft, nobody can blame you. So, when you go to the effort of cooking at home, do you need to add yet another layer of complexity by washing your fruit and vegetables?
Just a rinse. Why? Just to get rid of the dirt and dust from the fruits.
Generally, yes, but not always, I have to be honest.
Well, I do often buy fruit that's in the plastic bags, so it hasn't been touched by every customer in the shop.
Yes, sometimes I bag it myself with clean hands, but it's very important to wash your vegetables, even if it says pre-washed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So what's the deal with washing? Do you have to wash produce, and if so, what and how much?
And someone who can answer this is Keith Michael, Director of FoodSafety. It's lovely to talk to you, Keith. Now, do you need to wash fruit and vegetables before preparing and eating them?
Yes, good to talk to you as well, Hilary. The short answer is yes. Washing fruit and vegetables lowers the risk from any food safety pathogens. It's also really important if you're a vulnerable sort of person who gets sick more easily. For example, if you're old, or if you're pregnant, or if you're immunocompromised, or if you're cooking for a young child, for example. So the short answer is yes, we should be.
Can you just explain to me what you mean by washing? For me, it's just sort of running it under a bit of cold water. But when you talk about washing, do you mean putting it in hot soapy water or something like that?
Yes, that's a really good question, and the short answer for that is no, we shouldn't be using soap or detergent. It's important to first of all use clean water. That's really important. Think about the hygiene before we actually washing the fruit and vegetables, including our own personal hygiene. So it's a good idea to first wash your hands, and then of course run it under water for about 1 to 2 minutes, and that should lower the risk.
Keith, what about when something is bagged and says pre-washed? Do you still have to wash that?
Pre-washing reduces the risk, however the risk is not zero. There's some academic debate on whether washing is good and washing at home is good, and that's more around the hygiene of how we do it. But again, if you're a vulnerable sort of population consuming the food, then it's something that we do recommend.
Do some vegetables need more washing than others?
It's important to think about how the fruit or vegetables have grown. So if it's something that's below the soil line or growing close to the soil line, there's more risk of soil on the produce or product. So that's increased risk. Also, the kind of fruit or vegetable determines risk as well. So for example, parsley and the little curly leaves have a greater chance of picking up soil, for example.
Keith, does the need to clean your vegetables vary for where the product is purchased from? For example, a market versus a supermarket?
So if it's coming via a supermarket, supermarkets are well known to have their own supplier requirements, and that helps lower the risk. In fact, in some instances, some supermarkets have standards that are higher than regulatory standards. So in short, yes, the risk changes between a supermarket, say, and if you're buying it from a weekend or farmer's market, obviously because of environmental factors.
Thank you so much, Keith. Some great advice there. Lovely to talk to you.
You too, Hilary. Thanks, Jeremy.
Remember at the start of lockdown.
Good job. That was actually really well done. They're grateful.